Salute guys. Jibrumas back with another public service announcement. Gents, I hope you guys are feeling good this morning. Salute guys, shout out to the Jibrumas back with another public service announcement. Of course, the mayor's in the building. Like Ryklief in the spot. How you doing?
Good.
Lekker, man. Listen, you know what? I think this was like a much needed podcast to do. I feel like, you know what, you one of the queens of going viral. So we're gonna address the elephant in the room before we get into you, what you've been up to, all of that stuff. But is it 8 years ago?
You could be like 8, 9 years.
I could be like 9 years ago. You know, I wish I had the video to still play it for the people. You know? Some of the old people won't. I mean, let's say the younger people maybe don't know.
They
But-
will say if you don't know this video, you're too young for
You're
me.
too young. If you don't know this video, like I actually want to play a song. You know, have you heard the song?
You see me, you see my face? Beautiful face. I'm the girl that's been making you push. Baby, just get your lawyers now already. Let the police go. Escort
Escort
jou.
jou. Escort die buiten.
Escort jou.
Escort you to your grave.
Can you hear me?
Listen, this is a classic. So now, we need to now get into the story first here. 8, 9 years ago, who was this video for? You don't have to say the names.
It was for other girl. There was a bit of an argument, and
Uh-huh.
this was like 4 months after my mom passed away. So obviously, like, we got into an argument. My mom was brought up into the argument, and then obviously I just went like a ticking time bomb off.
Yes, and you made a video, obviously. Now, you know,
It
this was-
wasn't on my phone also.
it wasn't on your phone.
No, that's what a lot of people like didn't understand. Like the argument was between me and this person, but not on my phone. It was on my friend's phone. So I just went in, but it's just for the madness when I went into WhatsApp camera, took the video, and then my friend called me. She's like, "Come, like, we're gonna drop it at home now." And I told her, "Look, you delete the video," and then she sent it. You know, auntie sent it, and so they sent it to you and you to everyone else and to Aiden, and that's how it went.
Maybe when everybody had that video.
Everybody.
Listen, so now this is you, right? You did the video the next morning. You obviously getting calls and people's messaging you like, "My bro, that video." What was your response?
That
Like,
wasn't even how it went.
Like,
down.
tell me how it went
the,
then.
the next morning, I just got up, got done, getting ready, was not to go to school and whatever. I'm at school for like, this was still 4th term side. At school for like an hour, my granny's like, "I'm gonna come fetch you." I get
Yeah.
that time it was still BBM.
Yes.
Yeah, so my friend sent me the video via like in a link on BBM, but because we must have 3 basics.
yes.
Yeah, so I only saw the picture of me. I'm like, what the fuck?
What is this now?
Yeah, so I was very confused. Like everybody's, yeah, my granny said, like, "Ika, wat 'n kakpoes my ass."
You
I
didn't
know.
post it. Yeah.
I didn't post it. I didn't know what was going on. I was more shocked than everybody else. But yeah, that's how it went, and then we just took it from there.
Now listen, if you look at something like that, did I mean like years later? Because like obviously you've grown up. I mean, this is 8, 9 years ago. I mean, did people like still like for years afterwards still like how duck with it when they see you?
You know what? No, for this I can actually say, for the past 8 years since that videos came out, everybody has spoken about it, but nobody has approached me about it.
Okay, they haven't.
So people will stand on that side and they'll shout, "Eyebrows on fleek," then I turn around and then it'll be like that. But nobody will come up to me and ask me, "Yeah, aren't you that girl that made that video?"
So they don't. Okay, so this.
So
Yes.
yeah.
I mean, but obviously you heard some of the stuff, and now obviously you just said that stuff. That was just off the top of your head.
Yeah, it was Empress, like I was a rebel at the time. And,
Yes, but was it that the video where you said your Oma's 36?
Yes. Look at there again.
We
like,
were
I
trying to
feel
do the
like-
math, you know.
No, you
I just like, wait, okay, so she's that age, and her mom is 36. Wait,
so
man,
should have
then
been like 2
then
or
how old is your
something.
mommy? Like 15, and then she's like what? Like 12? Like it doesn't make any sense.
So my grandfather remarried.
Okay.
And I said, my step-grandma, you see, Kaitan, and
You
listen.
see, we didn't hear that part.
No,
Now that
you
is why.
didn't want to
That
hear.
is why you clarifying it now.
Yeah. So my grandfather remarried to a woman that was the same age as my auntie, whatever.
Yes.
So she was 36 at the time.
Now
Passed
let's-
away now. My older grandchild.
Amen.
But yeah, that,
So now listen, yes, let's say that said girl, if you had to get her, would you have escorted her to a grave?
to be very honest with you, at that moment, it probably wouldn't have ended well, and that's probably why things did. Because at the time when the video also came out, parents or aunt or somebody took out the restraining order, so I wasn't allowed to come like anywhere near the door.
Okay, I hope
Which
you
I
took a
actually say I should thank that people for that, because my life could have been different today.
Could have been different, yes.
Yeah, so I'm actually glad things didn't go in
Like
that
escalate to
way.
that level.
Yeah.
That's fucking interesting. And I mean, do you feel like you said, no one ever has approached you about it. So now you've obviously grown up, you've become more of a woman now. Maybe you were a young girl at the time, and now your new life. You say so. There's no parts of it where people have still like mentioned it
No,
all the
you
time.
know, now and then we're like,
Now and then.
we will still make, like, I don't mind people bringing it up, but don't like keep duck about it, man. Because,
Yes.
like, I did what I did, I said what I said, it is what it is.
As klaar.
It's klaar,
Yeah.
like, you want to make a joke, eyebrows and flick, fact, not a statement. It
Yes.
is but don't let it go out of proportion, and people like to do that.
Okay, they do that.
That's what's irritating and frustrating. about
Yes.
it.
But I mean, since then, you became such a viral sensation from the video, didn't you? But didn't decide, yeah, I'm gonna make a paar more videos now. Like you didn't have to say the same thing, but I mean, like I feel like that was like a perfect
I
time
was
for you,
very
know?
scared, man, because of the way things turned out. Like, if I hadn't to make that video, then I probably would have like made like content and stuff. But
Yes.
like, I'm so, I don't know, also, man. Like, it's, there's like a bit of a fear, like you just don't want to. Now you say something wrong, then it go out of proportion all over again. And I have a child, and I'm still trying to figure out to myself, how am I gonna explain to my son when he gets to that age,
he get-
like. He's like, Mommy, what the fuck was
What
going
is
through
this?
your mind?
Okay.
And I'll be like, yo, bro, like, let's not go there.
So tell me, what was the transition like? I mean, okay, the past is done and dusted, so ons is nou klaar met daai mense, ons gaan nou nie dik hou nie. Fact, not a statement. Ons is nou klaar. As nou, it's done. It's done. It's done. But now, yeah, it is 2024. You became a mother how long ago?
So I actually gave birth a week before my 21st.
Oh, but closer to the mic, yeah?
Oh, Mike, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I actually gave birth a week before my 21st.
Yes.
So my son turned 2 now in November, so 2 years a mother.
2 years, mother. Tell me, so what was that? What was it like for you, the transition? Meaning being, I mean, just going from a carefree. I would say, I'm
It
not gonna.
was, you know what? No, it was actually something that I've been wanting, and I feel like, if it wasn't for my ex-husband, also I wouldn't have been the person that I am today. Because I feel like he played like a big role, even though like our relationship wasn't perfect and whatever,
Yes.
and 90% of the time I hate him, but it's because of him that I am who I am today, that I calmed down the way I did.
Yes.
And yeah.
In
it's
what
that-
in what way? I mean, in what way do you feel like it helped you calm down and like being married and like being with your husband?
Yeah, because I don't actually know. Like, it was just like it was me and him, and like my whole basically the environment changed.
Yes.
So automatically, I just adapted to his environment and how the way things was there. And they weren't that like, they're all like Cape Town colored people, but
Yes.
they're not like I was like that person I was. So
Yes.
I automatically like brought myself to their level, and then I just like adapted and calmed.
But were you
down
staying in
and-
Cape Town this whole time? Like, have
Yes,
you been in Cape Town
I've been here.
the whole time?
Not the whole time. Last year I left to Dubai, and then I was working there for Emirates for a couple of months. Things didn't also work out as planned, but yeah.
So, but now I see now, I mean, on TikTok today, I see you doing lots of content yourself. You're doing your own stuff. I mean, this is the new world of social media now. What is your take on like TikTok now and like videos and all that kind of stuff today?
It's very different to Musically.
Yeah. Oh, okay. She's on the OG. She remembers. Yes, indeed.
It's very different.
Huh?
I don't know. Like, it's just everything is very different to the way things were then. Like, me and my friends will talk a lot. Like, even if we go like that time when I was growing up, we could play outside till like 12 o'clock. Try that now.
Yeah, it's not the same
It's
thing.
not the same. So I feel like just like everything just changed, man. Like,
And
it
being
was
a mother, I mean, what was your favorite part about becoming a mother?
giving birth.
Giving birth.
Yes.
What?
Yes.
So listen,
It was a horrible experience.
was yours natural or did you ever see?
No,
Okay.
I gave natural birth. The doctor gave me morphine when I was 9 centimeters without checking if I was, like, how far I was dilated.
Yes.
So I was struggled to push him out. But when I say, like, the best
And how was
part of
his
being
head?
a
Was-
mother, no, he was weighing 2.9 and I couldn't get him out.
Okay.
So for me, it was like the best part was him coming out. That
Mm.
was nothing in the world is like, okay, I say now.
Can
There
compare
isn't
to that
yes,
feeling.
There isn't a better feeling in the world than that.
Jou kan op jou borsie gou sit.
Yo,
He's your
and then he
baby.
still peed on me from all the water. I was like, marking your territory.
Yes.
As you should, my
Yeah.
boy. As you
Shoot.
should.
So I mean, and what was that? I mean, was your birth painful?
It was very painful. He was lying very, very low. So by contraction, I thought I was gonna manningle. Oh my god, I was praying to all the seven heavens. Really, it was. I was walking and nothing worked.
So now, I mean, you were like, I mean, just before your 21st. So let's say you became a mother at about 21, right? Let's say some young girls who are pregnant right now, or even girls who are younger, who are pregnant. What advice that you could give him? Someone who's going to give birth, someone who's currently pregnant right now.
Whatever sacrifices you're gonna make for your child, make it do it when your child is young, so that you don't end up sacrificing your whole life.
Yes.
Because if you don't do that now, like that is what a lot of people don't understand why my son isn't with me. Because I chose to make that sacrifice to create a better future for him so that he don't have to look in somebody else's child's mouth and be like, yo, why can't I have that?
Yes.
Why can't my mommy give me that? So that is why I also made the sacrifice that I did now for him, which is a lot of people don't understand. Yes, they say I threw my son away for money, threw my son away for that. But this is all things that nobody was giving me.
Yes.
Nobody came to my house and said, like, okay, here's a ton of lactogen for your child.
Yes.
Here's a pack of nappies. Not even his daddy did that.
Yes.
So for me, it was like when everybody was saying this thing, I was like, you just don't understand the sacrifice. Up until today, I'm still going through a whole lot with that. And nobody understands, but everybody just want to throw around words.
Look,
which I
it's easy for people to give comments about stuff that they don't understand about.
yes.
Because obviously, people, again, as I
But
said,
that's why you do you and you do it for your baby.
so now, when last have you seen your baby?
I came now back from Port Elizabeth on the 14th.
Yes.
14th, I was there for like 11 days. So my son, we have an ongoing court case now, obviously, and
Yes.
whatever, for primary custody. Because when I got divorced, my ex-husband moved to Port Elizabeth to go be with his family. He left his job. He wasn't helping us. He wasn't supporting us. He wasn't doing anything. So I got a job offer 4 months later to work for Emirates. So I was like, so I found it. So he came down. That was also my son's first birthday in that month.
Yes.
Came down. We celebrated my son's birthday together. I told him, look here, I got a job offer. He said, no, go for it. This is gonna be like you can finally do this for yourself and get travel the world and you can build a future for you and Gerard and whatever.
Yes.
So I was like, okay, cool, no problem. Like we're on par with this. I said, okay, fine. For all the time that I'm gonna be working there, you look after Gerard and money down and like we can like
Yes.
co-parent like that, man. But when I come back and my contract ends and Gerard lives with me again, oh my God, I didn't know. My words wasn't even cold. I come back in February. They want to lock me up for trespassing and kidnapping.
But you guys were in contact the whole time.
Yes.
So then what was the problem? I don't get it.
And nobody gets it. That's the thing.
I don't get, what was the problem? Like
Up until today, I still don't understand. I still don't understand.
and then but how does your son feel like when he sees you? Is he happy?
No, my son runs to me. He loves me. My son, there's, you know what? And a lot of people say, like when you're away from, especially like if you're away from a child, no, like for 5 months, 6 months, and you come back, child won't really remember you, especially like an aunt or uncle.
Yes.
But I didn't see my son in like what 7 months. When I came there, he knew exactly who I was.
This is his mommy.
Yes, he knew. And every time I go to Port Elizabeth and then I go, he's like, up, and then I must pick him up, and then I take him and I go. And then he doesn't want to be away from me. He wants to be on me all the time. So I don't understand, like, if you can see that the child, like, everybody knows. I'm sure you also have
Yes.
children. I don't think you would ever want to, like, take your children away from their mother. Like,
Yeah.
Because would you want to be away from your mother?
No, I feel like as long as there's a healthy way that we can both see the children and still like be civil about it, then why not?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Look, I'm gonna tell you something interesting. So when I grew up, right? So my parents got divorced. No, when I was 10 years old. 10 years old, they got divorced, and they gave us an option to decide where we'd like to stay. And it was like this: we'd go visit. Whichever parent we're not staying by, every second week we'd go stay there or spend some time. So it'd be like half and half. So let's say in a month. I mean, obviously it wasn't always like that because it depends on who's busy and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like I would be this week or this weekend I'd be with my mom. Then this weekend I'll be with my dad, and it was like so, like back and forth, back and forth. But until like I got to an age where we decided like where do you like officially just want to stay? Then I made the decision at the time like, nah, I'm gonna stay with my pops because where my pops stayed was where all my friends were. And like
obviously.
all my primary school friends and high school friends were all in that neighborhood, and my mommy obviously moved to a different area. I was like, it's cool, I'm gonna go visit there, but my bro, my whole life,
It is
besides
there,
besides my daddy,
Yeah.
like my friends are all here.
That is basically like as a child, what your decision is based on. It's like where your friends are, like that's where
Do
you
you
wanna be
understand? Like, so where you
growing
gonna
up.
go? Like, but all my brothers here, so
Yeah.
you guys go ahead.
Yeah,
I'm
you
gonna
do
go with.
you.
But I mean, at this age, at a very young age, that I mean, your son's 2 right now, gonna be 3.
Yeah, next year.
He's gonna be 3, inshallah. He's gonna be 3. So
Amen.
now, I mean, with that, I mean, I think you should, as long as you're still seeing him back and forth, and that's fine. But again, do you feel like you're financially stable to look after him right now?
Of course.
Yeah, no, I'm asking because I think that's the conversation I'm having about is because lots of not lots of men, but like they put women in this positions almost like if you can't afford the child, this is why the child is not gonna stay with you. This is the stuff they say.
Yes.
What do you
But if we look at the whole reason why my son is by his father,
Mm.
was not because I couldn't provide.
yes.
Because that is not why. Was he able to do his duty as a man? Then I wouldn't have. Then I wouldn't have need to leave the country.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying? And that is my whole thing. Now, then that is why when they tell me I'm throwing my son away for money, I'm like, bro, what money? Money that you were giving?
Yes.
No, like relax. Like you weren't doing anything. So like,
No, and I look at and I guess it's a bit closer again. I'll bring it to you. And I guess it's a new world now also because I mean I see more and more women working now. But I ask myself, is it because men's inability to provide, or is it because that life is just cack expensive in general? So like, do you need 2 incomes? Do you need 2 incomes to like really have a proper household, or can you survive on one? Do you know what I mean?
but if you look at it, if you take a taxi, I don't know when last you took a taxi, but
I take taxi.
You take taxi.
I take it
So if
every
you
now and
take
then.
taxi in the morning, now let's say 6 o'clock, the ratios from men to women in the taxi, wow, is that?
I can't tell you I've been in enough
You
to check
see
the
this?
ratio. I was just like,
No,
bro,
but like if
drop
you
me off
notice,
there.
it's like there's mainly women in a taxi.
Yes.
Getting up 6 o'clock in the morning to go work. Not saying that men are not able to, but women put in more effort. Because you know what? We don't want to settle for bare minimum. We want better and we want it for ourselves and for our family. Whether or not a man can do it, and that is why you know what? When you love somebody, it can either make you and break
Or
you.
break you.
Yo, and that's very difficult. Like yo.
Like, I mean, what if you decided, like, what if you said, like, you know what, I'm just not gonna work, and like, you must provide, like, where would you still be right now in that situation? Like,
I'd be
what?
in the same in the same position that I was when he left me.
Okay. So now you look at it, and so now currently you obviously working and things like that. For you as a young woman, what's it been like for you? Has it been hard? Has it been like, I
Your
mean,
life has been a piece of shit for me, really. But the thing is, my daddy always used to tell me, like, I must take hate and turn it into motivation.
Yes.
And for the longest time, I've been doing that, whether it was criticism, whether it was whether it doesn't matter what anybody told me, if it was something negative, I took it and I built it into some sort of ball of motivation.
Yes.
And that is how I got to where I am today. I'm not very far in life. I'm actually below most people. But my mindset and my determination is just like that. It's past everybody. That I can say.
So they can say, so, but I mean, if you look at it ideally, if you look at your life right now, you look at the world and everything that's happening. What does the ideal life look like for you? Like what, what do you like? If you could have it your way, what does that life look like?
I've been living in camps by
Living in camps, right? Okay.
You're driving a Porsche.
Driving a Porsche,
With my son.
with your son.
Yes.
I'm with you on that. I'm taking that option as well. You know what I mean? That's the perfect. I think anyone who was watching like maybe the camps by Porsche sounds just that different. But now, like with today's life and everything, do you think a goal like that is achievable?
It is, but it depends on you as a person. It might not be possible within the next 5 or 10 years, but it
Yes.
is possible if you put your mind to it and you, how can I say, you're very disciplined. There's one person I know, they're like one of my friends, very close friends of mine. I've never ever met anybody in my life that is so disciplined like that
Yes.
person. Really.
Like what? Like give me an example of this discipline.
Like, he's just, I don't know, man, like, he's just very, very disciplined. To like, business-wise, money-wise, everything is just like, I was just like shocked. I'm like, yo, can I be like you? Like, I'd be very rich if I could be like you.
But I mean, you're obviously taking some notes, like, so now you know,
Yes.
like, okay, this is what I'm gonna try when it's my turn. You know what I mean? And so now, I mean, with now not being able to have full custody of your child, what's that been like?
Yo, that is, I won't lie to you. I actually had to go for counseling. Like, just because I see Beppy and I go out and and I'm living my life doesn't mean that I'm also not like going through things and feeling things. And like, I actually had to go see like a counselor for like, I went like for 2 or 3 months because it was like very difficult for me to deal with. Because like, imagine birthing a child, raising a child for a complete year, and then just not being able to see your child. As- And not because there's any court orders in place that says you can't, but because of the other parent that isn't allowing that
Yes.
communication to take place. So it was very difficult. It is still very difficult. I was very emotional this morning, but yeah, like I get through it. Like I try
But
to.
now, if you look at stuff like that, and then you ask yourself, is it like, are they doing this because of spitefulness?
I feel like
Like,
that.
is it spite? Like,
I do.
because like, and I get it. Like, when people are in relationships and things don't normally work out, then someone wants to be spiteful. Say, "Ga die jou fucking kind sien nie," or
But you know what?
You
This
know
is
what I mean?
you know the sad part for me. They said him himself is not that person. It's like almost like like you have
Someone whispering in his ear.
you understand what I'm saying.
Okay.
So yeah, I feel like the whole reason why he left us was because somebody was whispering in his ear. The whole reason why he doesn't want me to see my child is because somebody's whispering in his ear.
Look, I didn't know if there's any narcissistic mothers involved. Or you know
I
what I
feel
mean?
like that's an understatement.
Mothers like I mean, narcissistic mothers-in-laws are a real thing. I mean, if you look at trauma-based things as to why certain men and people act the way they are, it also comes down to the way they were raised. Like, like
Yes.
what kind of stuff was your mother feeding? I mean, we're not talking about his mother. I just mean in general
In
now.
general,
Like, does your mother say, "Nee, sy moet vir jou kos maak, sy moet like," or "Nee, sy gaan nie jou kinders sien nie." Like, you want to be part of the children's lives, and that's what kind of messes up the whole thing.
Exactly.
As opposed to saying, you know what, let the children figure it out, or like
For
they're not
themselves,
even
yes.
children, they're young adults, so let the young adults figure it out for themselves. Because I feel like lots of mothers or mothers-in-law, then they feel like they know better, or they know more, so they try to incorporate their belief systems onto their sons or onto their daughters, and that just causes a whole fuck up.
It does.
Yes.
Like my granny always used to say growing up, like if I must come home and complain, Mom, my friend hit me, or my granny say, it's like, she don't get involved in kinderkak.
Yes.
And I grew up with that. I don't get involved in other people's business. I don't get involved in, like for example, my cousins must come here now, my uncle's children, my children, whoever's children. They fight in a like we all say, like we don't get involved, sort it out and go play on.
Yes.
So I feel like that same thing applies like when you're married, like nobody else should get involved.
Or
Like you
be
must
able to put their mouth into
you
it.
understand, you must be able to deal with it like me and you.
Yes.
But unfortunately not everybody's educated and in that way.
In
so.
that way. So now, I mean, now, with that, and then, do they? I mean, do they ever say anything about you, like, she don't care, she's just loving her life, or after already doing that thing, and then say, like, turn around and
You
say,
know what was my biggest thing that I got upset about, like throughout everything they were saying. I'm an incompetent mother because I quote drink. Now my question was to
Yes.
them, where did I learn this? Because I was 15 when I came into your house.
yes,
So who poured me my first glass of
Oh.
alcohol? You understand?
I got goosebumps for that one. Yeah.
So for
Yeah.
me it was like when you want to say things you need to like people always want to throw around but they forget what they do.
Yes.
Like you clearly somebody didn't just go over the road and get knocked over by a car. There was a whole process that led to that happening. And they don't want to speak about what they did, only about what you're doing wrong.
Look, I think today, no, not even just today, just in general, people have a knack to talk about other people, or like to talk down on other people to make themselves feel a bit better. No? But again, I say they refuse to look at the things that they've done that have caused maybe certain this kind of things. It's I even look at like mothers, like young, let's say older mothers even, like you allowed your son to do drugs, you allowed your son to drink alcohol, you allowed him to do all those things. So now when the child is older, now the child's a bona fide drug addict. Now you're like,
Yes.
hoe kos my kind of drugs? But
Yes.
But now, must we not forget the part where you left the money for them to go do drugs? Must we
Exactly.
not forget the part where you said, "As alright, julle kan gaan rook aan die jaten. Maak net julle doen dit hier by die huis."
Yes.
You already made them feel like that thing was okay. And so now that there's a problem, you obviously want to sideline it and say, no, there's no problem, there's no problem. Now it's a real problem. Now you're like, niet kan ze zien die kinders opgefok.
Yeah.
But I mean, who assisted the child in getting fucked up?
Exactly. Like up until a certain age, no, your parents are responsible for your actions and for the type of person that you are. But when you also reach a certain age, you cannot blame anybody else. So let's say, for example, up until the age of 15, I blamed everybody else for my life going wrong. But when I turned 21, and let's say that I had to make that video after 21, I cannot blame anybody else because I knew right from wrong. I don't walk outside naked, meaning
Yes.
I know right from wrong.
Yes.
So then, like, you, up until a certain age, you also can't start. You have to stop blaming other people
You have to take
for you.
yes, you have to take
full-
responsibility.
Yes.
Like this is my life and these are and my actions cause this and that and I have to be mindful of that all the time. No, I get you 100%. So now with everything that you currently have been going through now, and you talk about your counseling sessions, like tell us a little bit about that. What was it like?
It was, you know what? No, it was actually like, but it was basically like this.
Okay, like therapeutic, you had an opportunity
like
just to speak about it.
Yes, and like to like say how I feel towards certain things because like for the past 8 years, I like what's the word I'm looking for like everything that I've ever said or like wanted to say, express the way I feel, it was always just like cut off and like you don't have the right to feel that way. You don't have the right to say that. If I did, then I was disrespectful in my own marriage because I want to say how I feel. So like for things like that, I was just like, when I finally got to speak to somebody, I was like, oh, I felt
Fine.
like a relief.
Like
off
you
my
get me,
shoulder.
like I can express,
like,
yes.
Nobody's gonna like make me feel like my feelings are invalid or like I don't have the right to feel this way because like I feel like that's like one of the biggest problems. Like people listen to respond, not listen to understand.
Do you feel like there are a lot of young women that are currently married going through something like similar stuff without saying it?
Yes, I
Like
do.
I mean, like do they stay in certain marriages because number one, the boy's family comes from maybe money or maybe they look after them. Like, do you like those kind of things, or they stay because like, no, this is my
If
man.
he's staying because he's money, then I would say rather cry in a beam than a beetle. But if you're staying because it, like I know a lot of people actually that is married, they don't have kids, that is still staying in like relationships, and then
Yes.
I like think to myself like yo, like if I was you, like I would have left long time ago. But it's quite difficult. It is very difficult to leave a relationship whether there's a child or no child. Because especially if you like come from a background where you never really felt like you were wanted.
Yes.
Or like you never really felt like you made a difference in anyone's life. You felt like you had no purpose. So now somebody comes along and they make you feel all these wonderful things and then they start treating you like shit. So automatically you start holding on to that you felt at the beginning.
At the beginning.
Yes, and now it's difficult to let go. So like I wouldn't have left my ex-husband if he didn't leave me. I would
Okay.
have probably still been married. So that's why I can say like you hold on to something that you hope is always gonna be there, but people change and you just need to see things for what it is. Like be realistic about the situation, man. He's not gonna change. Take
Yeah.
your stuff and go. Because what one man won't do, another man will. It's
Yes.
2024, baby. Do you?
Now, I mean, with that being said, did you ever think of like proper moving on and being with someone else?
I did.
Huh? It sounded like I didn't
Oh my
last.
God. Oh my God, no. You know what? No, there's
Yeah.
like the saying, no, like a man will see you go through hell, no, then he will come and he will take you through worse.
Take you
Oh
worse.
my God.
Huh?
I was so in love. I think I still am. I don't actually know. I'm confused.
Yes.
No, man. It's just like, I don't know. I just fell in love with a person that wasn't ready to be loved. No, not be loved, like wasn't ready to be in anything.
So, do you think? I mean, if you look at your age group, right? So you what? 22, 23. How old are you?
I am 23.
You're 23. Okay, you're 23. Oh yeah, it's your birthday now. So now at 23 years old now, what is the mindset of friend or boys your age or guys your age?
Oh my God, you know what? No, I was so shocked. Can you imagine being in a relationship, no? Like from 16, 15, 16,
Yes.
up until 22, 21, basically 22 years. And you know one guy for the longest time, and you come out of that and you're like, oh my shit, is this this brother's telling you he love you, and then he's cheating on you with half of Cape Town. I'm like,
Yes.
what? Like how? Like, didn't you just say you love me? Like, and then it's like, I'm gonna see you. Then you ghost the person. It was like, I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, I was very shocked to come see how people my age, a little bit older than me, how they think. Oh my God, don't even get me started about the married men. Oh
Yes.
my God.
Tell me.
Married men of Cape Town deserve nothing good. Nothing good.
Are you telling me are the married men klopping aan?
I mean,
Nah, you don't have to say anyone's names. I just want to
no,
know.
I can't, but
I just want to know, has there been some married men in the DMs? Or there been some married men, trying to message you or trying to hit you up?
oh, I almost got married to a married man.
That's not funny, guys. It was funny to you. It reminds me of that meme when it was like, when the man tells you, I want to introduce you to my family, and he brings his wife and kids.
It was actually something
I
like
was
that.
like, you think he introduced you to the family, you're gonna meet his mom and his dad and his brothers and sisters.
And then
Like,
there was the whole thing of going, you know what, the first wife completes half of your deen and the second wife is a sunnah. I was like, sunnah the fuck away from me.
would
Like,
you be a second wife, by the way?
I would, but then you'd have to be like a multi-billionaire.
Like, you
because
just-
your money has to make up for your time that you're not working.
That you're not there.
Yeah.
So this is a question I have. Now, do you feel like some women would compromise money over love? Like, let's say if someone can provide for you financially, but he cannot be there emotionally to love you and support you, but he can pay for all your stuff, would you, number one, be with someone that you can build with together, or be with someone that can just look after you but not necessarily give you the emotional support?
You know what? Now, and I feel like that answer now depends on your background also, like what
Yes.
you've went through, what you've experienced, and
Yeah, but
all
I'm
of that
asking
stuff.
you.
So now, okay, so for me, I got married for love. I took taxi with this bruh. I walked with him. We
Okay.
sat in the dark together. Like we went. There was months where there was, or not months, like days where there wasn't food in the house.
Yes.
And then he upped and he left, and he left me with jack shit.
Yes.
So now this time around, should I get married, that he would have to have his own. I don't want it.
Yes.
Don't get me wrong, but you're not going to stand in front of me for it. So I
Okay.
will get married to somebody that I don't know, man. To be very honest with you, I don't even smack to get married.
But I mean, it's
Really,
it's
but
an
I mean, it's
interesting
nice to have-
question. It's like some women have to give up the idea of love sometimes because they've been scarred emotionally. Like, yeah, I stayed for love once already and it fucked me up. Now it's like, do I do it again, or do I like fuck this time? I don't give a fuck. I'm here for the money. But then like that also like goes like, is it morally? Is that like what you the type of
You know
person you
what,
are?
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes, that is
Like
also
if
very
morally
true,
that's not who I
yes.
am, because the thing is, because you wear goed nie, verstaan jy nou? Like I actually wanted all. I want to have someone that's like down for me, my ride or die person, and we can. I mean, you can look after me, I
yes,
can look after you. We can do it together, but like as long as we're doing it together,
Together,
like that makes all the difference.
But
I
it's
think
also
you know what I
very
mean.
scary, like to commit yourself to something like that again. Like you're like you don't because you don't know someone's true intentions, man.
Yes.
And when you know what, I think this is why also they say Islam, like you're allowed to take 3 months and then get married.
Yes.
Is because automatically when you're dating 5 years, you automatically take that honeymoon phase away because now you're used to each other. You've done everything together
Yes.
in that 5 years already. So when you get married, it's like nothing special. It's like just like your life is continuing
Yes.
with a ring on your finger.
Okay.
So for me, it's like also like I don't know. I'm very traumatized because men change. They are one person today, then next week they completely different person. Next thing you know, they Bob the Builder, building up everybody else's relationship, breaking
Yes.
it down. If 1 minute is my man, then it's your man, then it's everybody else's man also.
Okay.
So
I mean, this is all the things that you. So now, so then, what do you do now when people try to approach you? Like I'm.
I just
sure-
want to be friends. If you can't,
Like,
just friends. If you can't respect me and my boundary as a friend, then I don't need you in my life because what can you give me that I can't give myself?
Yes.
And I feel like that is also like this is like I was never like this. I was after I got divorced, I started to like put myself on that because my daddy always used to tell me also like, why when people put you on a pedestal, you don't put yourself there.
Yes.
And then I thought to myself, you know what, that actually makes sense because like, why am I lowering my standards? Why am I like bringing myself down to accommodate the next person when all they're gonna do is hurt me and up and leave again? Like,
Yes.
done
But I
doing
mean, like,
that.
even that in itself is also a trauma, right? Like
Yes,
assuming
I'm
that-
very traumatized.
like,
I'm
you
a
know, like
traumatized.
assuming like everyone's gonna leave because like the thing is you also don't know what you don't know because now you can now have hope like this one's gonna work and then that they do the same thing and it's like oh fuck no, no, what did
Okay,
I-
but like
you
if
know
you
what I
look
mean?
at it, every man in my life has ever left. My daddy left at birth, came
Yes.
back when I was 19, left again.
Yes.
He's somewhere there. I don't know where he is.
Okay.
My ex-husband came, he left.
Yes.
There's like everybody's just like leaving. That was only two men that I ever had in my life. So I was just like, how does somebody deny you with a paternity result that says 99.999%? What more percentage do you want?
So this was your dad.
Yes, him and his entire family, they denied me. What results? They went to 5 different doctors to go see if I didn't pay somebody to forge the paternity results.
But
Like,
what I mean, what would you have gotten out of
exactly,
it?
exactly.
But listen, so are you telling me that your dad had moved on and had another family?
My, you know what? I feel like that's a bit too personal, but my daddy's been married for the longest time now. And I have a brother that is a year older than me, and a couple of years older than me.
Look,
It's
I mean,
like
that's
a whole
fine.
lot of children like involved. Like my daddy's, what do you call that? Bruce Gigolo.
Bruce Gigolo, the male Gigolo. So him and your mom wasn't married.
No.
So you grew up technically without a father.
Yep.
And then that was your mommy, the other side. So you're telling me your mommy could have very possibly been one of their one night stands.
No, my mommy was, and I quote, and they made it very clear that that was what it was.
That was a slut and spot and then you came.
Skitsat en verlaat.
You were skitsat and verlaat. I haven't heard I haven't heard that one.
Well, obviously, like I'm
Yes.
here. But yeah.
So look, but now the interesting thing you say about this is I've seen this again. I've seen this happen in well, many different places, and I've met a lot of people where it's like this was a married man, right? And he obviously went to go cheat, but his night of cheating turned into a baby. And I've met like so many guys and girls, you know what I mean? And then I'm also like, but I'm just interested to know, like, yeah, so where's your pops at? He's like, no, my dad's married, that's him and his family. We don't really talk much. He's not really involved in my life. So him and my mommy just had a thing when they were like, and that's how I was born. And I honestly think that also that sets the whole field for very, very traumatized children growing up.
Yes. And you know
You
what?
know what I mean?
I feel like, you know what? At this point in my life, like, I'm not even mad. I'm really not even upset.
No, you know,
Like,
you're not
it's like,
blaming anyone anymore, but I
I-
mean, you've come
I
to
don't know.
terms.
Yes, like you know what? No, when I went to go look for my daddy because my mom passed away when I was 15. So I was gonna get married when I was 19. So I thought to myself, you know what? Now I would actually really like at least one of my parents to be there. So that is when I went to go look for my daddy. Found him. Went for paternity results, whatever. Still didn't even have the audacity to come to my wedding. And then like he just refused to play the role of a father. And his excuse was like I don't know what his excuse was, but the whole family hates me because I'm a walking reminder of my mother, of my father cheating on his wife.
But that's not your fault.
Oh, please, somebody tell his wife that.
that's-
because she didn't get the memo.
You know what? I just got goosebumps just thinking about it. Now, you know, the problem with our people, especially for Cape Town, it's having that ecosystem mentality
You're really-
about stuff, no? Because you know what? What's done is most now done. Now I can't keep you hostage as the child for what he did.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, yes, he cheated. There was a child which doesn't, which.
And my mom is not even alive anymore.
Yes, you keep in your relationship with your family and you don't have, but I think it still takes a real man to say that, but that is my child, you know? Yeah, I fucked up. Yeah, I made a mistake. Yeah, that's what, even if they're gonna say that, but you're here now. So do I go through the rest of my life saying like I want nothing to do with that? It reminds me of my old life. Oh no. Like you've put someone into the world through whatever jy nou lekker gekry het vir whatever jy het gesê 1 minuut. No. Jy wou nou lekker gekry het vir 1 minuut and now yeah, well I guess that's the repercussions of your actions, you know what I mean? To still maybe play a role. Again, I honestly, for me personally, another thing is that I don't get the concept of being a deadbeat dad. I know lots of people face this on a daily basis, but I can't for the life of me think to have nothing to do with my children.
Exactly.
That would be weird. The whole concept is weird.
That is, if you know, no, like even like that is why I know, like I I will still like try to have a relationship with my ex-husband because regardless of what we went through, what he put me through, whatever happened, he's still a father to our child and he's a very amazing father.
Yes.
He's just a shitty person, but
Yes.
his relationship with my son is amazing.
That's
My
amazing.
father he must go sleep with everything that he has built in his life.
If
That
you
means jack shit if you can't be like that with your
can't be like
child.
that.
You understand? Because what is the point? You building up all of this for what? For who? To prove a point? Because I can buy 2 houses cash and you can't. That is the mentality of people that I can't understand. Somebody asked me, "Oh, so where's your matric certificate? So where's your license? So where's your this? So where's your?" What does it matter?
Yes.
What does my? What does I? What?
Yeah.
What I have? What does it got to do with you? You have a law degree. You have a house. You have a car. You have whatever you
Yes.
have. Put yourself out there. Don't put yourself out with me. I do have matric though.
Yes.
I don't have license. I failed my learners 7 times.
So right,
And
you
I'm
get it.
proud of it
Yes.
because I will try another 7 times.
Yes.
And it's got nothing to do with nobody because I myself will go fail another 10 times.
Yeah.
Who cares?
You know, this was such an interesting conversation, and I feel like when people's gonna watch it, lots of people's gonna relate with it. Many people might not say it, but there's lots of people that are going through very similar stuff, but they don't talk about it.
Yeah.
They don't talk about it, but I mean, at least yeah, you're
You
an
know-
ambassador for it, and you've been vocal about it. You know what I mean?
I've always been a very open person. That is why when people come to me and they tell me, "Oh, like how did you do that?" and I'm like, "What?" Like, I know what I do. Everybody else knows what I do because I don't do anything that I need to hide out away from people.
Yes.
So, and the thing is also like, I just feel like I don't have a point to prove. Like, I owe nobody nothing because, like, you didn't contribute to anything in my life, to who I am, to where I am. So, if I feel like I want to go smoke weed outside, I'm going to do it regardless because I answer to the man above, not to you and your
Yes.
children. And in any case, where are you?
Yeah.
When I go home, now I go home to my granny. Not the one that's 36, but
Yes.
yes, I'm going
Yes.
home to my granny. And she's the only person that's there for me. So therefore, whatever I do and whatever I hide, it's out of respect for her, not anybody else.
Not
'cause I don't
anybody
give a
else.
shit about anybody else.
Yes. Look here, I think we did the bulk of it. Is there any message that you have there to, I mean, to young girls, to young mothers, basically anyone? Like, I mean, like from the stuff that you've got to learn along the way. That's your camera right there. Like, just what you want to tell them.
Yo, I actually don't know. Like, currently in my situation, I feel like I'm in no place to give advice.
Yes,
It's like
but you're not giving it.
still learning
You're
myself.
you're not giving it because you know better. You're giving it because you're currently going through it,
Yeah.
and like how you and this how you going through it, and like how you coping with all of it.
You know what? Not to be very honest with you, like I would really like to say something, but I don't feel like I can because I myself don't know how I'm getting by.
Yes.
It's just like I'm taking everything one day at a time, and I'm doing stuff that is gonna benefit me and my son in my future. That is the only 3 things that I'm focused on right now. Everything else is still coming along, is still bringing me down, breaking whatever. But I
Yes.
still get up every morning with myself, my son, and my future. How can I make that better?
Yes.
Because nobody else matters, and you learn, like, you slowly realize that, like, nobody else is going to be there for you, so you might as well just do this for you. Do it
Yes.
for your child. If the rest.
Look here, God. Before we go, I'm gonna give you a few would you rather's because just in case someone asks me again, like why you not gonna do a few would you rather's, right? So I'm gonna just ask a few, and then you can just tell me what you choose, right? And then we're gonna end it off right there, right? If you had to choose, right, would you rather find true love or win the lotto tomorrow?
Win the lotto.
Like money over true love.
You understand?
Okay. Would you rather have another 10 years with your partner, like with your, let's say, your ex-husband, or a one-night stand with your celebrity crush?
One night stand. Chris Brown, where
Who's
are
your,
you?
who's your celebrity crush?
Chris Brown.
Chris Brown.
Yes.
CB. Okay, next one. Would you rather have everyone you know be able to read your thoughts, or everyone you know to have access to your internet history? I feel like you just had a thought there, like, what did I Google? Where was I on? What sites were you then on?
No, my fingers. How much of them are not going to be my friends anymore because he perks is in my DMs?
Okay, jeez. Look, I actually saw you posted something Google about that. And I wish you my happy birthday.
No, really. And the thing is, I don't even respond. I don't entertain because I know, like, you're my friend and whatever. But I would also, like, you know, when people are delusional about the relationship.
Yes.
Yeah, you just let them be.
That's my man. That's my man. I saw
Yeah,
no idea.
jouw man is allemaal zijn man, maar
Okay.
right?
Would you rather have universal respect or unlimited power? Like
I'd
everyone in the world respect you, or you like
I'd
unlimited
rather have
power?
respect.
Respect.
Yes.
Okay. Let me give you another one. Would you would rather never be able to go out during the day or never be able to go out in the night?
I would prefer not to go out at night during
Yeah.
the day. Yeah.
Lekker. Would you rather take 7 million rand right now, no? But never be able to see your son? Or be able to see your son, but you have to be poor forever?
Now see my son and be poor forever because you know what? Now the the whole reason why my son is not here is because I left for to try
Yeah.
to build a better future. So I feel like no, I'd rather take my son and go. But you know what? That also doesn't make sense because if you think about it realistically, like imagine being broke and having your child welfare is coming to come fetch your child.
Yes. So what are you gonna do?
Yo. So okay, I got it. I take the money, right?
Yes.
Pay someone to steal my child.
Works for me. Works for me. Works for me.
Yes.
Would you rather always be 10 minutes late or always be 20 minutes early?
You can't rush perfection, so
Twe-
20
twe-
minutes
just
later.
that. If you could relive one childhood experience, what would it be?
My eyebrows on fleek.
Right, it's been an absolute pleasure talking to you. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for this. I think
Thank
it
you.
was a good conversation. I think so
Yeah.
many people's gonna learn from it. And yeah, I mean, all the best to you. And I pray Allah makes it easy for you. I
Inshallah,
mean, whatever it's
Ameen.
going and like it works out for you even better than you expected.
Yeah.
You know, and for any one of you guys going through anything, it doesn't matter. You know, whether it's in your marriage, whether it's with your children, whether it's with your in-laws, whether it's your mother-in-law, with your fathers, your mothers. I mean, everyone's going through a tough time. So like, we just pray it's easier for all of you guys, and then
Yeah.
people have to get gestunt to get through it, right? You know what I
Yo,
mean?
you
what
know
I mean?
what? No, that is what I pray wisdom upon everybody. Make to add it all grants everybody wisdom. You know,
Amen.
I know that like my mommy was in rehab also. Then they used to have like this prayer that they say.
The
"Nurse,
serenity
Lord,
prayer.
You understand?
Yes.
I pray that over everyone's life.
Yeah.
That-
Look, I mean, like in the words of even my father and many other fathers, they kan nie fokke met 'n nooslike mense nie. As jy 'n nooslike is. Okay, final question before we go, right? This is a toughie. I'm thinking should I go that far? All right?
Can I see it first?
There is no questions in my head. I'm looking at it in my head. I'm like, must I do that one? Must I do that one? Okay, right. What's your biggest dream? What's it like? Let's say the Camps Bay house and the Porsche. Camps Bay house, Porsche, few million in the account. You living with your son, right? But in order for you to have that, you have to kill your grandmother.
Bitch is gonna die anyway.
Thank you guys for watching. That's the PSA podcast. Thank you so much. Like, we out. Much love, Cape Town.
I guess some of you guys are feeling good this morning.